probably one of the later episodes of, and probably the last, depending on how this ends up in here, for the Bizzy Crochet interview section for this podcast. I know these were all just small little sections, not the full length. It was like an hour long video, but so this is my intro to that segment. This segment, she wanted to ask me, I don't know, we were, not like it's that controversial, but she wanted to get slightly controversial on, I don't know, my feelings on the fiber arts industry in general, as somebody who has worked and grown in the fiber arts since, like 2016. So anyhow, like I said, this is kind of just a lighthearted, but, realistic look from two people. She is a crochet designer and I am a business owner, but both in the same fiber arts industry. So if you maybe are also in that industry, either as, enjoying being it, just, interest-wise, or working, you may or may not agree, disagree, like, or not like this section. So anyhow, please listen on for the last little bit from this interview, and this was the last of my little highlight reel from this larger interview, and we will be back to regular scheduled programming after this one. But I thought these were all great, so I didn't want you to miss out on them. And not everybody has time to sit and listen to like an hour-long interview, so these were just my short little like popcorns from her full interview. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you soon.
I just find it interesting. And then you and I had also, we like to talk about taboo stuff, so let's talk about the fiber arts world. You have some stuff on your chest you'd like to share.
Oh man. Well, the fiber arts world, for those of you that don't have a small business and or designers or something, got really confusing and scary. I feel like a few years ago, where it was like, especially if you're me, I'm really busy, so I'm just like minding my own business. I honestly, that's one of the reasons that we have to have Yarn Cult, is so that other people can tell me what's going on, because I can't tell you any of the big names of anybody. I don't know who any of the big players are. I'm completely oblivious over here with my small farmers. And it just got to where I felt like, especially online, it was, are you on Ravelry or are you not? Are you this or are you that? And I hated it. And I mean, you really do feel like, as a business owner, I mean, you're trying to like make money and pay your staff and do the things. So it's like you don't want to mess up and then mess all that up because other people also depend on you. But I mean, I'm not going to sit there and, take sides and make stands. I'm like, I sell yarn. Like, I'm not, everyone is free to have their own feelings about their own thoughts. Like, I'm not here to influence you on that. I'm just here to be like, this yarn is great. So that's where we're at with that.
Well, I agree. I'm in the same place as far as, you bring up the Ravelry thing, and that I wanted to be angry over what happened, but I also, like you said, I'm a business and I can't just shut off streams of income, so when you face stuff like that, it is hard to be a small business owner in situations like that. And this whole cancel culture that's come up within, the arts industry, and well, really everywhere. It's touching everything now.
Well, that's actually why My Local Wool is no longer its own website, was because it started out, another funny story, because it had started out as somebody else's baby. I was always trying to be very respectful of that as its own brand versus Crafty Housewife Yarns, which clearly just annoyed everyone from the start with its name and its pink and all of that.
I just don't get that.
I know, like, we're already annoying, but I was trying really hard not to be annoying on My Local Wool and be very, like, the more chill, like, that's the other thing with the fiber arts world, and y'all will know what I'm talking about, where, especially, I feel like with the spinners, I felt like the persona that you had to have was that you were this, like, beautiful, childless woodland nymph who just did yarn all the time and was very, like, crunchy and granola.
Yes.
And then you have me, and I have on, like, children and yoga pants and gin and too much coffee, and I cuss too much. And I did not physically fit into the, like, uber beautiful woodland nymph persona of spinners and the fiber art. So I mean that's probably has hindered my growth, especially on like Instagram, because like that's not what I am. And with my local wool, God, it was so stupid. I can't even remember. Somebody got upset. It is so stupid. Even somebody got upset. Our Instagram on My Local Wool was we would, from the list of farmers who had signed up for us to promote them. So we didn't just pull them out of the air. They were on the list of people who signed up wanting to be promoted. We would promote them because that's what we did. At
what you do, yeah.
You know, and so we had people that I guess they forgot that they'd signed up to be promoted, and then they somehow thought we were like stealing their stuff. And
oh
like,
my gosh!
It literally says, "This is beautiful. Go to here to get more from them." like it had, like we were in no way monetarily, but I was just like, I don't know. It hit me on a wrong day, and I was just very like burn it all down. Where I was just like, I'm not gonna.
Oh my God, I go through that so often.
I was like, I'm just not gonna keep. I'm like, I'm paying someone, them to promote you because you signed up to be promoted. And we're trying to send customers to you. And like, I'm not living in a world where that somehow, I had like social justice warriors trying to cancel culture us. There were screenshots like hashtag stop my local wool from promoting small farms and family.
God forbid.
I couldn't. I couldn't with it anymore. I felt much better because we took what was good from that. And then, of course, emailed all of our farmers and we're like, hey, those of you who remember that you signed up for this, we're going to be over here now.
So my goodness gracious.
That over to Crafty Housewife Yarns, where I now feel much more comfortable to be myself. So that is much better.